Yo, what's going on, guys? Okay, so this is a really quick video on what I think is happening with the markets and what I see for Bitcoin next. Let's actually start on the fear and greed index. So currently 39 in fear at the moment. I think there's still more room to the downside. Like we can easily hit like 35 to 30. We might have a small bounce up here and then fall back again. It's not really too worried about this at the moment. If anything, it's a good buying opportunity, but not right now. I'll go over that in a second. So what I'm seeing two potential possibilities. So the first one is I'm seeing us fall down to kind of these levels here. All right, we've got a big fair value gap there. Don't always need to fill them. You can see we've got a couple here that will get filled potentially in the bear market, but we don't always need to fill them. But with the current market, we've still got the RSI for Bitcoin at 61, which is still in the overbought area. Now, if you look at kind of how we played out last cycle, it does look fairly similar to last cycle. And all of the indicators that I'm looking at is showing a potential further drop in the market. So if you look kind of last cycle, let's quickly get this here. Halfway through, we dropped like 50% for Bitcoin. All right. And then we basically sent back up. All right. Now, if we fall here, it's around 35% roughly, about 33%. So this will be very healthy for the market. And what I previously predicted is an all-time high for Bitcoin between August 25 and between December 25. Now, if we can't hold the 50 EMA around this level, if it's a fake out and it kind of falls and then bounces, okay, that's fine. That's one thing. But if we actually fall and close below this level, then it's very, very likely a possibility that we're going to kind of fall to between like 71, say, and like 79 roughly. I think maybe even a bit lower than the 79, but we can kind of fall to this level. And then what we typically do is find support level around here, move sideways, and then go back up all-time highs between like 122 to $126,000 for Bitcoin, and then fall back, and then we're going to be in a extra long bear market. So that is one possibility. The other possibility is potentially holding these levels. We get some bullish news that comes out because crypto and the stock market, everything kind of aligns with the economy and the news that's announced. We kind of hold these levels, potentially have a fake out, fall a bit further to the downside, let the RSI reset, and then we basically send up to 122 to 126. Then we start falling back. Then we have an out season. If that happens, that's going to happen after the 12th of February because it's the Chinese New Year that will be finishing. Crypto is typically very, very bullish in February as well. And I can see us having a very, very good February and March. And then we basically fall back. So my advice right now is to not buy, not sell, sit and let's wait and see what direction the market takes. Because people be saying, oh, it's a little correction and it's gonna go back up and this and that. The bottom line is everyone's guessing. No one knows. If Donald Trump announces something happens with the economy, the banks crash, a crypto exchange crashes. You don't know what's going to happen. There's multiple black swan events throughout the bull market, and the market will react to that. So the best thing to do is kind of wait for a direction and then enter. It's better to be late and not get the best entry rather than buying up here and then we fall basically down to like 74k. So I'd typically wait for a direction, see if we're going to hold these levels and start breaking out, or see if we're going to fall through these levels and then fall down and kind of reset, move sideways for a couple of months and then go up. I'm kind of hoping that we do fall down to these levels, move sideways, and then we see an all-time high, because that means I'll be completely correct on my prediction. But it's always good to see green candles at the same time as well. So I guess we just have to wait to see what the market's ultimately going to do. Donald Trump decided to tax and bring out a load of new tariffs on various countries, and he's currently got Denmark, Mexico, Canada, and a couple of other countries going against him at the moment. So everything's gone up in the air. And when you have things like this happen with the economy, the market will typically react by taking risk off the table, because crypto is a risk on asset. So the first thing that people will be selling is their crypto, hence why it's crashed. But I wouldn't really call it a crash. Like, when in doubt, zoom out. So if you have a look and we zoom out, like, we're in a position of strength right here. Kind of when we were at these levels, when we had a little crash, everyone was going crazy, and then it goes up. So it's like, if you actually zoom out, crypto's doing exceptionally well. these fallbacks are extremely healthy for the market. Like, it's not a negative at all. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up. So it's extremely healthy. And if you go back and you look at last cycle, Bitcoin and the altcoins were typically falling 20 to 30%. Around 12 to 14 times last cycle. Altcoins were falling between 40 to 60%. Bitcoin was falling between, I think, 20 to 30%. You could go back and have a look through the charts. So it is completely normal. And look, if you look, 1 minute it's 58k, then it falls back to 43k. So it's what, like a 25% correction. So and then it basically corrects after a week, and then another week we're back up to 61k. So it is completely normal. If you're new to crypto, just remember you need to DCA in, which is dollar cost averaging. Basically buy when it's low, sell when it's high. A lot easier said than done. I'm bringing out a course on how to do that and going over my exact strategy on how I make money. And the most money is actually made in the bear market, not in the bull market. All right. So I'll be bringing that out shortly, explaining and breaking it all down for you. But in the meantime, I wouldn't rush to buy anything. I wouldn't rush to sell anything. I'd wait. Let's find out what direction the market's going to take. And and then go from there. I'll be doing another updated video once we do find direction to basically say where I think the market's going to go after that. But right now I'm sitting on my hands. I suggest you guys do the same, not financial advice. Remember to like and subscribe to the video if you haven't already, and I will see you guys soon.